Yes, it's an intriguing fight. I mean, made a bit more intriguing in the build-up because the initial feeling was, you can catch a heavyweight boxer cold once, but you're unlikely to do it again. Then we've been hearing from Joe Joyce, and who's been watching Francis Ngannou train and got in the ring with a few rounds with him and said, he was better than he thought.
I like the hustle. I like the whole, I'm just a beginner.
Yeah, just metal workers.
6'5" or something. That's right. I'm just a beginner.
Yeah,
don't judge me on this.
That's it. I barely know what I'm doing. What are these gloves for? And then Joe Gallagher, we were chatting to him yesterday, trainer, and he's seen him up close. He was over in the States at Mike Tyson's gym, and Ngannou was in there, and he was impressed with what he saw. So you start to think, well, you never know.
Puncher's chance, Paul, maybe.
Let's get the thoughts of someone who's been there and done that. Two-time world featherweight boxing champion and Leeds fan. We'll come on to that. Josh Warrington. Hiya, Josh.
Hello, Josh.
Hello, gentlemen. How are we doing?
Yeah, we're not so bad.
Excited for the fight.
Yeah, it's. I mean, what do you feel about these crossover fights? Is it something you'd be interested in if the chance came along?
Well, you know what, they feel like decent paydays.
Yeah, they certainly are.
Like decent paydays. You know what, Paul? It's excitement, isn't it? And this is the thing with the sport of boxing. If the right drama is put into it, if the right excitement and the build-up, people start believing. I mean, look, a few years ago when Conor McGregor boxed Floyd Mayweather had been in with some of the absolute elite boxers, fighters, and just dealt with them all. And then all of a sudden, Conor had people believing that he was going to do better than all the other boxers and school Mayweather. But obviously, it never happened. But this is a little bit different just because these boys, there's just the bang. Yeah. And obviously, if you were to look at this fight, if Ngannou was, it was his first fight, you'd think, oh, well, it's just going to be a bit of a joke show. But with him coming off that fight last time with Tyson Fury, putting Tyson Fury on his backside, he's shown he's got the power and boxing ability. His confidence is going to have grown.
Sure. That
coincided with how AJ has been over, recent years. It's exciting, He's leaving people thinking, what's going to happen?
Well, technically, Josh, it feels to me that AJ's between a rock and a hard place, because if he just sort of keeps his distance and outboxes you and jabs and does a thoroughly professional job over 10 rounds and wins on points, people say, blimey, you're fighting an MMA fighter. If he gets up close and he trades with him, he could get caught. And as you said, he's got a punch on him, and it could be lights out. So it's quite a difficult balancing act, isn't it?
It is, because, like you say, you caught into that balancing act. And obviously, I imagine, AJ's going to have a strong mindset. But it's going to be one of them of how much of his mindset is going to be overall by people's opinions outside. He's going to stick to the game plan thinking, yep, I'm just going to do my job, just beat him easy and move on to the next one. Or he's going to be thinking, I want to impress here. He's already said in many interviews that I'm, going to be the face of boxing again. So he's going to want to put a bit of a show on. But in order him doing that, that's where the chance of that one big punch come in. And AJ, he's not had an early stoppage for a while, and normally most of his stoppages of late have been coming in the second half of the fight, whereas obviously Ngannou put Fury down quite early on, and when AJ has been down in the past, he's been down. He stopped by Ruiz early on, so again, all them factors what come into it make it like what's going to happen in that first 6 rounds, and I think that could be. The real showing. If AJ boxes well for first 6 survives, then I think he's just gonna get to Ngannou as it goes on. But if not, if he gets caught, then you're gonna be thinking, oh, it's only take one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wayne in Carlisle has been in touch on the text, and he says if Ngannou wins, it's like Wigan Warriors beating Liverpool at football, which I sort of get his point. Can you tell idiots like me how are the sports so different from each other, Josh?
Yeah, I think it's obviously because with a boxing you've got it's mano a mano, and it's one versus one, and it's the physical aspect. You look at other sports where it's just one versus one, maybe tennis. It's mostly skill, but because boxing is that brute force, that physical aspect, that's where things like puncher's chance come into it, and maybe that disappears when the weights start coming down. Like I say, when you're talking about the weights where Conor McGregor boxed Floyd Mayweather, like fighters at my fight, it's more or less skill. But when you've got boys that weight, you've got like someone at 16, 17, 18 stone, fighting someone at like nearly 20 odd stone. There's a lot of weight in them jabs alone. So all of a sudden, there's of course it's still in there. I'm not taking nothing away from what AJ can do, but it's just that one punch and can make a difference.
I think it seems a bit of a one-way street, and Francis Ngannou thinks this as well, because Tyson Fury was in the crowd yesterday saying, "I'll beat you in the octagon, you dosser," like he does. So they're having a row, and Francis Ngannou had said, he said the only chance you'd have against me is in a boxing ring. You can hit when standing upright, but otherwise you can't do anything. I've paraphrased there. The only moment he has a chance is when boxing rules apply. If you take them away, I beat him from Monday to Sunday and maybe twice on Sunday. And it does strike me that, as you say, a puncher's chance for a big MMA fighter in a boxing match is one way. If you suddenly put boxers in the octagon, I mean, they could do a lot of work. I'm sure they'd train. But the other skills that MMA fighters bring to the table, I think probably they'd have a massive advantage, wouldn't they?
The jiu-jitsu and all that,
Yeah, I think so. So was obviously, there's attributes what Fury could probably take over, but I don't know what Fury's kicks are like. I don't know if he can do a back heel kick. I don't know what his grappling's like.
They're great, Josh. Shut up.
Yeah, he'll start calling you out soon, Josh, if you do that. I'm going to go on my kicks, Josh. He'll be doing all that next.
Obviously, Fury's attributes, his movements and his defence and his awkwardness for an heavyweight boxer being able to move like as well as he does, and he's still got caught. So I think if you try transferring that over to the cage, then I'm not too sure how it end. But I'll just stick to the ring, Tyson. Stick to the ring.
Now we've got a good lineup because we're on 9 o'clock. We've got Knockout Chaos for the fight, and Adam Cattrall and Spencer Oliver are going to be part of a watch along with you, Josh, great. And Troy Deeney.
All right.
Who is a big mate of AJ's.
Okay,
so he's going to have kind of skin in the game sitting there, being sort of getting caught up. But that'll be interesting, wouldn't it? A different way of approaching it. Yeah,
most definitely. Obviously, seeing all the guys' reactions of when punches are landed. I mean, I'm one probably overreact when I'm watching the boxing because obviously I know what. In a way, how the guys are feeling when the punches are coming in. So sometimes when I'm watching boxing, I feel like I'm watching it for the first time. I see punches land, and I'm like, oh, I'm cringing at punches going in. So But then obviously giving our opinions of what and breaking down what's actually happening in between rounds. It's an insight for those who are wanting to know a little bit, probably not realising some stuff that's happening.
Yeah, it's true, because it's like when football managers see a ball come into the box and they head the ball.
Yeah. I sit watching the boxing, bobbing and weaving. Never been in the ring in my life.
Boxers are moving all the time. You watch a boxing match with a boxer, I know what you mean, Josh. Their heads going all the time. They're getting out of the way of the shots. It's
that expert pundit opinion. I was sat watching a Leeds game of the week with Michael Bridges, former United. And we was watching Norwich, and he's breaking down bits and bats, and I'm just asking him questions. He's like, "No, this is why they're doing that. Doing this to do that." I'm like, right, it's just a completely different opening.
Yeah,
and makes you feel a bit differently.
Yeah, watching sport with pros is always really interesting. On Leeds, are you feeling pretty optimistic? It's looking good. It's so tight at the top of the championship, isn't it?
It is. It's exciting. Obviously, I would say we scraped to win. We did what we had to do the other day. It was an ugly 1-0 win against that. Who did we play the other day?
That's a good question. Yeah, I'd have to remember. Yeah, go on. We'll keep going, and I'll remember in a minute.
But my mind's boggled as well. But yeah, we got that win.
Stoke, wasn't it 1-0? Late goal 1-0.
Stoke,
That was it.
Yeah, Stoke 1-0. I mean, you know what? They had some good spells. But you know what? I felt that up until Saturday when we drawn against Huddersfield, I thought that we could still, go up as champions because it's really tightened up. Leicester have had a few slips, but then other teams keep on getting the results. Ipswich had a result against Bristol the other night, so then obviously the Southampton game was postponed. So listen, I'm optimistic, mate. I'm optimistic. I still think we can do it automatically. I don't want playoffs. I don't think no Leeds fan wants playoffs. We don't need that stress. We don't need the drama.
Just very quickly, a Lee Wood rematch. Where are we at with that? Is that still a possibility, Josh?
He just needs to stop sulking and stop being a diva. Stop, throwing his toys at a pram and get a fight sorted. He's gone from wanting one to not wanting one to wanting one only if this reason happens and that happens. So just if he wants to fight, here I am. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, there was talk of the City Ground in the summer, but anyway, we'll keep an eye on that one.
Yeah.
And we'll look forward to hearing from you tomorrow night, Josh. All the best. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Josh.
Thanks, guys. Good speaking to you. Cheers.
As we said, Josh Warrington, Adam Cattrall, Spencer Oliver and Troy Deeney, big mate of AJ's, will be part of that.
Great fighter, Josh. Great, really exciting fighter. Really good fun.
Especially the ones sort of hometown fights.
Yeah,
absolutely brilliant atmosphere. Knockout Chaos is our watch-along for Joshua versus Ngannou on the talkSPORT Boxing YouTube channel. You listen via DAB, your Alexa on the talkSPORT app. Then on Saturday, we've got live and exclusive boxing from 7 p.m. on the talkSPORT Boxing YouTube channel. GBM Sports brings you not one but two title fights from the Sky Dome in Coventry. And we'll also have a fight night for you with John Rawling and George Groves on the talkSPORT main station and YouTube channel from 9 for all the fallout on Saturday from Saudi. So talkSPORT, your home of boxing.